Welcome to Violet Light Tarot. This is the reading for September 28th to October 4. This is a general reading for all energies for this particular week. We have 3 piles to do for your actual reading, but just a really quick overview of the astrology for this week. We have actually some interesting things happening. We have tomorrow on the 29th, tomorrow from when I'm filming this. On Tuesday the 29th at 1:11 a.m. Eastern, Saturn is going to finally be going direct, and that's going to happen in Capricorn. Saturn's actually been in retrograde since May 10th. So this will be the last chance to really absorb the lessons that we've learned for the past 2.5 years. And then also just really kind of, if you get a chance, take a moment to meditate during Tuesday at some point, whether it's the morning or the afternoon or evening, doesn't matter. Whenever it's comfortable for you. It's just kind of get that energy and really lock it in there, as they say. Also, actually happening on Tuesday, we have the Mars, which is currently retrograding in Aries, is actually going to be square with Saturn at 5:49 p.m. And it's actually the second time that that's happened in September. And the really interesting thing that you have to be watchful for, and this is also a really good thing about maybe wanting to take that second to meditate, is because that particular occurrence is going to cause a lot of frustrations and tensions. And if you had anything that you hadn't resolved from the end of August, that may actually resurface at this particular time. So try and avoid any kind of impulsiveness on Tuesday if you can, and also maybe discover healthier ways to deal with your emotions if you get the chance as well. Like I mentioned, meditation may be a good practice. Even if you've never done it before, 10 minutes is absolutely awesome. If you take 10 minutes to just go for a walk or sit down quietly, that's really cool too. Then the exciting thing that's happening, because moon stuff's always exciting for me, is actually happening on Thursday, which is the 1st, and that's the full moon in Aries, actually. And that's going to happen exactly at 7 p.m. Eastern. So hopefully, depending on where you are in the world, you'll be able to see that. It's going to be amazing. And again, I don't know what it is this week, but again, the full moon in Aries always brings out feelings of uncertainty, and it can make you want to solve things faster. Like, it can make you really anxious. It can make you, I guess Aries aren't really known for being patient. They're very impulsive, very much wanting to get things done right that second. And I think it really kind of brings that out in everybody for this particular full moon. So basically try not to rush, especially if you have some kind of deadline, or if you're thinking you have a deadline. It can really bring out any thoughts of, I only have so much time to do this. And it can be anything from life goals. Like if you're looking for a significant other of some type, you could spontaneously be all like, I'm now however old you happen to be, and I'm only at, nothing's happened yet. And it can also be for things like career. It can also affect that. Like if you're looking to get a promotion, or you realize that you haven't reached that managerial or CEO or whatever your end goals are, it can really sort of make you feel like there's a deadline for that, and that you have to do things like right this second. Otherwise, it's life's passing you by, I think is the saying that's kind of really works at this particular time. Take a step back I'm going to be doing it too, because I actually am an Aries, so it not only is this going to happen, but it's going to happen probably a little bit more heightened for actual Aries as well, because we already feel that sometimes. So this is specifically a time when that's supposed to make things more that way. So try and find whatever your comfortable pace is. Remember that the days are still 24 hours, the weeks are still 7 days. Granted, no amount of time is ever guaranteed to anybody, but just because you feel like you need to fast forward yourself, you really actually don't necessarily have to do that. So take a breath. Again, Thursday may be a good day for meditation as well. So that's our exciting week for astrology. Let's go ahead and get into the pick a card reading. If you haven't done this before, if you're new to the channel, welcome. We have 3 piles to choose from, and basically the idea is that somewhere in here is your reading for this week. It can be 1 pile, it can be all 3. You're welcome to stay and hang out with us for the whole video. That's cool. People do that. That's awesome. But yeah, let's get started and see which pile we're working with here. So we've got the first pile is actually card number 23, and it's Trigonic Quartz. And that's got a pink border on it, actually, which is kind of cool. That has something to do with the heart chakra. So it could be a message within that, because the cards for the crystals are actually part of the reading as well. It's not just the actual tarot and oracle cards, but those particular cards are also included as well. Trigonic as a word, I don't know necessarily too specifically about it. I just remember reading somewhere that Trigonic has something to do with record keeping as well, so it could be something to look into for your particular reading as well. Pile 2, we have Lapis Lazuli, and that's got the number 13 and a blue border for the throat chakra. And pile number 3, we have Eye of the Storm, and that's number 48 with a green chakra and the green border. Sorry, the green color is associated with the heart chakra as well. The pink and the green are both colors for heart. Green is also the color of life, so go with that. So yeah, and for those of you who like the sort of little relaxation thing we do, I'm kind of not calling it meditation anymore. I know a lot of people call them meditations, but it isn't really. If you really kind of consider meditation, it's not. So basically the idea right now is to just sit back and relax, close your eyes, take a deep breath in, open your eyes slowly as you exhale. The card that you were drawn to, or the pile that you were drawn to when you open your eyes, is the pile that's intended for you. Yeah, let's get to your reading. And again, this is for September 28th to October 4th. Welcome to those who picked pile 1, or the Trigonic Quartz. This is your reading for the week. The Trigonic Quartz is, as I said, it has to do with record keeping. It's basically it's funny, they call it the soul collector crystal. And quartz always has something to do with some part of like your soul or your heart or your love or like your emotional state as well. And basically, with regard to the Trigonic quartz, though, specifically, it's very much a balancing act. It's recognizing sort of that you are a part of humanity. So what you do with your part, your life, your part of the great story, as they say, has an effect on other people's parts in their stories, and their stories have parts to do with yours and effects on yours. So it's very much with regard to like raising your consciousness, raising your awareness of how you affect other people. And it's a lot about that whole, it's not karma necessarily, but it has a lot to do with that. It's an interpersonal version of as above, so below sort of thing. So this is going to be a reading for the week for the cards. We have to start off with the King of Wands, which is awesome, wonderful, absolutely. We have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, taking some time off before, or maybe before the holidays. And we have a Four of Pentacles as well. So basically, the King of Wands talks about basically being in your power with regard to your desires, your energies, you're just really very focused, and you have mastery over your emotions, mastery over how your desires, how your emotions affect you, which, as I mentioned with the astrology that's happening this week, is going to be amazing. And again, with regard to the quartz that you have as well, just keeping that sort of very even awareness as well is going to be awesome. You do have, like I said, the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. The Eight of Pentacles usually talks about moving forward with a job, being very much, nose to the grindstone, getting things done, and either you're taking a break at this time, or you're maybe you're in the planning stages of something. And again, it's a collective reading, so we don't know exactly what's going on with everybody just yet. But you do have the Four of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles really talks about just being aware of how much you have, and it usually talks about money, but it can also talk about resources of other kinds. It can talk about how much gas is in your car. It can talk about where the people are in your life, how much you have to do on a project, what really is entailed, and just keeping all of your parts in varying things straight and routine, and knowing maybe you have a journal, or maybe you've started doing bullet journaling, so that you have like an actual schedule for when everything needs to be done. You also have the Inner Temple. I love these cards, so pretty. And that says underneath, devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. So that's amazing. Again, we have the heart, the pink border on the crystal card. So the heart chakra, very what moves you at this time. So remember, you have the mastery with regard to your emotions, or not your emotions necessarily, but your desires and your what sets you on fire. So what really makes your heart burn, as they say. And we also have positive energy. Always, positive energy is always a good thing. Surround yourself with positive people and situations, and avoid negativity. So that's awesome. That's always a good thing. Avoiding again, with the astrology, that's perfect for this particular week. Avoiding negativity, avoiding negative people is going to be the best way to get through this particular week. Any week, but this particular week for sure. You also have Goddess of the Moon with the number 52. This one is very similar to the High Priestess. It talks about reflection, it talks about intuition, really knowing where you are with regard to everything, really having that vibe of what's needed from you at this particular time, and what the universe is really trying to get you to do, to be able to move on with whatever goals you've been setting. And you also have the Moon card, according to this deck, and that's number 50, so that's another 5. That's kind of cool. The 52, of course, goes down to a 7, so a divine number as well. And the Moon card, again, like I mentioned, talks about reflecting on things. It talks about intuition. It talks about maybe things being in the shadow, and just kind of maybe going within a bit, and reflecting on things. Remember, we do have on Tuesday that time that we're going to be just sort of making sure that we've learned all the lessons we were meant to learn for the past 2.5 years, or really solidifying our understanding of the lessons that we've learned, so that we don't make maybe the same mistakes again, or variations on the same mistakes, or have to learn them a second time. Hate when that happens. Your shadow card, which is what could be setting you back or could be blocking you from any kind of progress, or a particular progress that you're trying to make, is Gabansix with Wrath. Now, wrath goes together with things like revenge. So if you have any kind of, again, like I said, negative feelings, negative opinions, people that you're not wanting to see, shouldn't want to see, because if you see them again, etc., etc. Remember, we do have, like I said, the card of positive energy, so really keeping yourself around people who you know are a positive influence and keeping away from the people that are a negative influence will help to keep that shadow at bay for this particular week. Overall, pile 1, what I'm seeing for you is it's a positive message. It's very much reflective. It's very much for this particular week. You've got high intensity with regard to your intuition. You've got 2 cards that represent the moon on a full moon week. I mean, I have not seen that happen before in a reading. And this may be time to take a break if you're able to take some time off of work, or take a back step as far as pushing forward with any kind of projects. You are in tune with regard to your intuition. You're in tune with regard to your desires, your energies, and such, and you are holding on to everything as far as your resources are concerned, which is great. You've got enough. You're holding on to it. You're making sure that's where it should be and everything. This may just be a week to just take the positive energy that's within you, make sure that it's going into the right direction, keeping that energy positive, and just going with the flow in a positive forward movement. Thank you for listening. Thank you for spending time and watching this video today. Pile 1, it's been an honor reading for you. Please comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you in another reading soon. Bye for now. Welcome to those who picked Pile 2, or the Lapis Lazuli. This is your reading for the week. The Lapis Lazuli crystal, we're just going to jump right in, is it's basically the crystal of like wisdom. It's enhancing your well-being. It's it really kind of like brings out your confidence is what it does, especially with regard to when you're speaking to people, when you're working with others, and it doesn't just have to be like literally speaking to them. It can be if you're somebody who converses by email or some such. Any kind of communication is enhanced just with confidence, with your self-esteem, and it keeps you basically in tune with your just like how your spirit is doing, how your system is doing, and just keeps you aligned in that way. So you're really feeling that kind of calm wholeness that brings that confidence out in you. So that's an awesome card for this week. So pile 2, your reading consists of the Ace of Swords in reverse, the Page of Cups, and the Page of Cups in reverse. You also have the Great Gathering, and the Great Gathering is, it's all coming together, intuitive hits, soul tribe. You have contemplation time. Spend time alone meditating upon what you truly desire. Okay. We have all tied up with the number 23, which goes to a 5. We have differences with the number 36, which goes to a 9. And your shadow card for the week, which is a block that you could be experiencing or something that can be hindering progress, we have Oya with deliverance. So pile 2, what I'm seeing for you this week is really that you have been experiencing a bit of, it's almost like a lack of confidence recently, and that could be why the lapis lazuli has come out for you. But it's not something that's normal for you. It's something that is specific to a situation that's occurred, because with the Ace of Swords in reverse, the Ace of Swords upright talks about a truth being revealed. And this looks like what it is it's being delayed for whatever reason. So there's something that's hidden from you at this particular time with regard to a situation that you're experiencing or a connection that you have with someone. You do have the Page of Cups both upright and in reverse, and what that is it's an energy of youth. It's an energy of emotion. It can be a message that's coming towards you with regard to somebody you're dealing with who could be younger as well, but in some instances it's thought of like a fibber's card kind of thing. So basically it's like they're offering you something, but it's not actually the truth. And I'm really seeing that with the fact that you've got the Ace of Swords in reverse, so an untruth that's coming towards you at this time. But I see this as being, you're blocking it from yourself as well. So that's kind of cool. It's kind of like you're receiving it, but because you are pulling yourself out of this situation this particular week that you've been in, and you're really coming back into your confidence this particular week, you know that you haven't been receiving the truth of what's been happening, and whatever this message that's offered to you, you know that it's not true, and you're actually denying the offer. So you're receiving the offer, but you turn around and, nope, I'm not taking that. Whatever happens to be, you're like, nope, not taking it. And you do have that, it's all coming together with the soul tribe here. So whatever this is it's somebody that you are actually removing from your situation. So you've got, your soul tribe is coming in, so it's something that's coming towards you later on. It's not going to be this week, it's something or it could be later in the week that it's coming. Maybe that could be what's happening for you in October. But this particular instance with this particular person you're dealing with, and this message that you're receiving and going, no, not believing you, is not part of that soul tribe. They weren't meant to be. That was something that was supposed to happen previously, and it was supposed to help you to learn to differentiate between, believing, sort of being a good person and believing that everybody else is a good person, so you just kind of believe what everybody tells you, not in a naive way, but you don't necessarily take people as automatically suspicious. So you're used to going, I will trust you until you prove that you're not trustworthy. And it started to blow your confidence because you've done that so many times, and the people that you've been doing it with have not been the kind of people that you should be doing that with, unfortunately. And so it's kind of teetering on, you're starting to lose confidence in your own ability to catch that before it actually hits the wrong way. So you're almost feeling like, at this particular moment, you're kind of almost feeling like, okay, am I even going to be able to, like, is the next person going to be the same way? Am I going to be able to read them, or am I just going to have to do this again and again and again? And remember, with the astrology that we had, it came out with the idea that sort of paying attention to the lessons that we've learned, and it's over the past 2.5 years. So hopefully you haven't been going through this for 2.5 years, but it's a lesson that maybe repeated in various times over that time period, and you're really coming into the understanding of it this week, solidifying the idea that, I can be open to people, I can be myself to people, but they may not be the same way to me, and that's okay. That's them. That has nothing to do with me. The good thing is that the people that are coming to you after this are your actual soul tribe. It's the people that are whoever's on the way to you that you're going to be meeting once this lesson is like solidified within you, are good people. You will still meet bad ones. It's just going to happen for the rest of your life. It's going to happen to everybody. But the idea is there are good people out there, so learn the lesson that don't just automatically believe everybody. And like I said, it's not a naivety thing. It's the idea that you're hoping that the next person will be, go cautiously is kind of what I'm hearing. But like I said, you do have contemplation time. So really spend time alone. It says meditating upon what you truly desire. So it could also be, in this instance, what you're looking at when you're going through all these people and all these situations where this has happened again and again, and your system is just overrun with it, is you're kind of picking up and making friends with or connecting with each person as they come, as opposed to spotting red flags or only paying attention to or only connecting with people who truly you want to connect with because they meet the criteria of what you want in a friend or a relationship of whatever type it is. You're feeling tied up right now, but you shouldn't. I know it's hard to say that. It's like, okay, I'll just untie me. It doesn't work that way. It's just because you're going within and you're really solidifying this particular lesson, which is awesome. The differences card speaks to that as well. It speaks to the fact that you are like one type of person who's honest. I'm hoping you're honest, you're genuine, you have integrity, you have all the qualities. And there are people out there who do, and there are people out there who don't. And that's why the shadow card is here, because it really wants you to be delivered, or wants to deliver you from everything. So you have that voice inside your head that's kind of going, let's just not believe in anybody because they're all bad. And it's like, no. Go away from that idea. Remember that there are people who are true, there are people who are untrue. You've met a lot of the ones who are untrue, unfortunately. But you do have that soul tribe coming in. You do have the time to contemplate what's going on. You do have the blue border too, which talks about the throat chakra, so opening up your own voice and speaking exactly what your truth is, putting up those boundaries, saying those words, doing what you need to do. And just taking the time, maybe this can be your October goal if you're a person who makes goals, to embrace new people the same way you have been, but with a little bit of, these are my boundaries, these are where I set them, these are my specific boundaries, these are my okay, but, boundaries, Like, you have a person who, hollers at a waiter or something like that, that's an absolute boundary, maybe. Or if you have somebody who, doesn't hold the door for the next person who comes into a building or something like that, granted 6 feet distance and such, that may be sort of maybe they were just having an odd day and didn't notice. So it's not a concrete boundary. So paying attention to your boundaries, however and you're the only person who can really dictate those. Take those into account, put them where you need to put them, make sure you adhere to them yourself, and just anybody who comes in from now on, it's like, do they meet it or do they not? So this is what I have for you for this week. As you can tell, this is just sort of how you're starting out. So this week isn't like concrete, this is how we're doing it, that's it. Everything's going to stop. But this is kind of your starting point of this new endeavor. So have a wonderful week. It's been an honor reading for you. Thank you. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you in another reading. Bye for now. Welcome to those who picked pile 3, or the Eye of the Storm. This is your pile for this week. Please note the Eye of the Storm is, it's basically the crystal of, they call it the safe haven crystal. So basically it's the idea of centering, it's the idea of being calm. It's very good if you're ever able to find one. It's really, really great for meditation. Which is fun because I talked about meditation in the beginning and really didn't consider that until just now. But it literally is the eye of the storm. So it's the eye of the hurricane. Hopefully not many of you have been through the ones that have been happening in the States and are being triggered by my saying that. If you are, I apologize. That wasn't my intention. What I'm trying to say is that it's the concept that everything is calm where you are. The eye is very much it's the center of everything, but the state of being calm and quiet and just really connected with yourself and relaxed and letting go of any kind of stress. So the stress is still going to be all around you that you've been experiencing. Sorry, but that's kind of how stress works. But taking the time to relax, so that it doesn't affect you 24/7. So meditating is great, lighting a candle is great, just sitting and reading, going for a walk, like literally being calm and being still doesn't necessarily have to be sitting down and not moving. It can be, like I said, going for a walk. If your idea of quote-unquote zoning out is going to the gym, or working out in some way, going for a jog, whatever that happens to look like for you. If you're into wall climbing, whatever, just pick your topic. Whatever it is that kind of gets that stress out of your head for even a short time and allows you to just recenter yourself. So your cards for this week, pile 3, you have the Six of Wands in reverse. We have the Two of Pentacles upright. We have the Magician. Always great to see, especially during a full moon week. And a new month week. That's awesome too. We have Mirror. Who or what is triggering you? Again, like I said, hopefully it wasn't me. I apologize. I wasn't thinking when I grabbed that card. I just went, oh, that's a cool card. I haven't seen that one in a while. So, big apologies. We have Alchemy. And underneath it says, you have the Midas touch right now, and every project you begin turns to gold. Awesome, awesome. We have Journey with the number 2, which is actually kind of funny because this card, especially the way she's standing, I mean, she's on a bridge instead of on a cliff, but on a bridge, and it's, the Fool card from the tarot. It kind of reminds me of that. So there. We also have High Priestess of Air, which is the number 6. So it's a combination, and these ones, it's a combination of the High Priestess, so talking about intuition, as well as the Queen of Swords. So being, sort of knowing the truth when you hear it, as opposed to just, and knowing the other when you hear it as well. Just having that ability specifically this week as well is going to be awesome for you. Your Shadow card, which is anything that can be triggering you, anything that can be sort of blocking you from doing any kind of progress for this particular week, is Pele with Transformation. So pile 3, we're going to start out with the tarot cards really quick. We're going to go, like I said, you have the Six of Wands in reverse. So that doesn't mean that you are failing at anything necessarily, but it could mean that whatever your victory is, however that looks to you, there may be a delay that's occurring for this particular week. Maybe it's not supposed to happen until the middle or end of October, which I know, especially when we're talking about this particular week, when you have that idea of needing that, whatever it is, to happen now, like having that concept of there being some kind of deadline. And it can be like something arbitrary. It can be something where you can't feel why the deadline is there, but for some reason you feel like something has to happen now because there won't be a time later for it to happen. And also, I've been, personally, and as an Aries, I've been seeing that kind of message for quite a while. Like, it's coming, okay, yes, I get it. When? So yes, I'm right there with you in going, oh, not again. But the good thing is that it's a slight delay. It's not necessarily an absolute no. It's just a delay because the card itself is still here. There's no card in here that's telling me that it's not happening. There's nothing here there's no fives. There's nothing that's going to say, nope, you can't have that, which is good. Yay. You do have the Two of Pentacles. That talks about being on the fence. It talks about having to balance things within your sort of 3D existence, your work life maybe with your family life or home life. And also, it can be that you're trying to juggle a decision, and it can be a dilemma where you have two bad choices and you're trying to figure out which one to go with, and it can be a good one. But there's something that could also be why the victory is delayed, because right now you're a little bit indecisive as to what exactly you want. And with the Magician card being here, that to me is signifying that whatever this is, whatever this sort of imbalances, or whatever this decision is that you're working on, whether it's, to spend more time at home, spend more time at work, etc., or wanting a promotion, but also knowing that with a promotion you're going to work more and not be at home, and blah, 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 whatever it happens to be. Or not necessarily not be at home, but not be present in the home life. Well, so again, that's what I'm seeing, is that you're trying to manifest whatever this victory happens to be, but at this particular time, you're still kind of in that indecisive, which way do I go? Now, this could also have something to do with the mirror, so it's what's triggering you. So what is causing you to not be able to make that decision for yourself? What's causing you to not move forward at this particular time, not get that victory that you're looking for? The manifestation that you've been wanting is kind of on the doorstep. The universe wants to give it to you, and spirit wants to give it to you, but there's something blocking. And what I'm seeing also with regard to that is the transformation. So it's something that has to take place within you that hasn't taken place yet. It's a blockage within you that you need to move that forward. You need to, you have the Midas touch right now, like I said, and you're in that calm space of, I can now make that decision. So what you have to do is you have to move yourself forward, make that choice, whatever it happens to look like for you, and take that step forward, take that journey. You are able to know at this particular time exactly which way to go. You know which way to go. Like, you're sitting here watching this video as confirmation, and you're like, oh, I'm not sure, maybe I should watch a tarot video and see what's, which way I should make my decision. It's like, the universe is saying you already know. You already know which choice. You've probably made it already. I've heard this so many times from varying places, so I don't know if I'm quoting somebody specific or if it just happens to be like an adage or just something most people know. But if you take a coin out of your pocket or wherever, and you flip it in the air to make your decision, heads whatever choice, tails whatever choice, you will know by the time it hits your hand or the floor, however you do your heads and tails coin toss. You will know in your heart, because as the coin falls, you'll be going, please be heads, please be heads, please be heads, or please be tails, please be, you're actually gonna start, and it'll be conscious. You'll know it as soon as you'll be able to hear it. You'll want whatever the choice is that you've already made. So you may not know that you've made the choice, so toss that coin or whatever you happen to have, and you'll realize as it's falling that you actually have already made your choice. You don't, it's not, I'm not asking you to, you know, decide whether or not to quit your 30-year career in something for who knows what else. But make the choice that you already know you've made, is kind of what I'm hearing. So this is what I have for you, pile 3. This is your reading for the 28th to the 4th of October. It's been a wonderful experience reading for you. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching this. And it's been an honor. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all those good things. And I will see you in a future reading. Bye for now.